Please, can you check if that is fine?
Yeah.
Brief, yeah, brief. I understand what you are asking. See, if we have the lab, it's not that much tricky to show you. It will be a work for 5 minutes. I will show how it is working. But we do not have lab. That's why I noted down. Okay.
Yeah, if you show the diagram, that would be fine.
Yes, yes, sure. I will. I noted it down. Here I mentioned that I need to use some diagram and brief on that. Yeah, I have multiple diagrams here. See here, but I need to brief on all the parts, correct? Diagrams are also here, no problem. For that particular thing, I will brief this in next class with the diagram. Okay, Prakash and Sandeep.
Okay.
Yeah. So now coming to our second topic, that is a very important topic. This topic name is prism. So what is prism and how it is divided?
I have one question about the CVM.
Mhm.
So we'll have a host IP address and CVM IP address would be the same or different?
Different.
Yeah.
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 That's what Sandeep just said, that his vendor said that don't use this IP for other configuration. This is what Sandeep just asked, and he was little bit confused that how it is working. That's why I noted it down here, Prakash, and I will brief on this part in next class using some
Okay.
diagram so that it will be easier for you, Sandeep and Cedric, like why we are using two IPs in a single infra. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Cedric, do you have any query or questions on our topics that we discussed, or am I good to proceed?
I think you can proceed.
Okay, thank you. So why I'm asking, you can put yourself on mute. Yeah. So now our topic is prism. Prism is divided into two parts. First part is prism central. And second part is prism element, PE. Okay, someone said it PEC, prism element cluster. Okay, so prism is divided in two parts. It is a distributed resource management. Okay, and how we access prism, or how we access prism central? We can access as manage it using ACLI. We can use HTML graphical view. 5. We can use NCLI also to manage our prism. Okay. This is here. This is broken into two categories. Prism is here. Prism is a distributed resource management platform which used to allow you to manage and monitor object and services. Yes. Now here the interfaces are HTML. I just mentioned here. So here the REST API CLI. CLI is divided into ACLI and NCLI, PowerShell, Simlets. Okay, so mainly as a Nutanix engineer, okay, or maybe as a VMware engineer or as a Linux engineer, you should have good knowledge on your command lines. Okay, but if you do not have any good knowledge on command lines, how you are working if you are not good at commands? Prakash? Suppose you are working in an infra and you are not good in commands, how you will work?
You can user interface, the UI.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. You will use that. So the same thing is here in Nutanix also. Okay. There are some, but it's not like that you can do and perform all the things from GUI. No. If you need to power off the CVM, you need to run some commands. If you need to run the NCC can be either generated from GUI and either generated from your um, command line also. But yes, for health check, health cluster, for troubleshooting, you need to use the commands. Okay. ACLI. What is ACLI? What is the difference between ACLI and NCLI? ACLI is Acropolis command line interface. NCLI is Nutanix command line interface. ACLI is used to manage the AHV VMs and things that is on AHV infra. NCLI is used to manage all the Nutanix environment that you have in your sorry, that you have in your infra. Okay. ACLI is Acropolis command line interface. NCLI is Nutanix command line interface. I just brief on that. It has a utility to create, modify, and manage VM in AHV. That's what I just said. It is used to manage in AHV. It has the utility to manage the entire Nutanix cluster operations. You can manage the entire operations from NCLI. Here, one more thing is ACLI will not manage Nutanix cluster, but NCLI will do. Okay. So this is the difference between ACLI and NCLI. Okay. Nowadays, NCLI is mostly used. Okay. Now, see, this is the diagram briefing on Prism. This Acropolis part we will cover in a different session because currently our topic is Prism. That's why I'm focusing on this Prism area. Is that Prism is divided into interfaces and managements. Interfaces we can use HTML, HTML5UI, REST API, CLI, ACLI, and CLI, and management, policy, services, analytics, how we can manage the capacity planning, how we are performing multiple upgrades in the management. So this is how a Prism is divided and working. Okay. Now, I briefed here that Prism is divided into two parts. This is the same thing I updated here. Prism is broken down into two main components, Prism Central and Prism Element. Yesterday also I said that Prism Central is used to access multiple sites. Like when you log into the Prism Central, you have site 1, site 2, and site 3. It works as a vCenter. It allows you to manage your multiple sites from one location. But yes, yesterday also Sandeep said that he is not using Prism Central because he has only one site. And for one site, we will use Prism Element Cluster. Why we need to deploy a different machine with Prism Central and do some extra costing on that. Okay, so it's mentioned here, Prism Central, multi-cluster management. Multi-cluster management responsible for managing all the Acropolis cluster to provide a single centralized management interface. If you are VMware person, you consider vCenter, like we use vCenter for managing multiple things from one. And AD is also a centralized management thing from where we can manage our user group and security policy and all other things. So same for Prism Central. Prism Central, here it is. Prism Central is optional software appliance which can be deployed in addition to the cluster and can run on it. It has one-to-many cluster manager. But Prism Element, it is localized cluster. I just mentioned. It has every Acropolis cluster has Prism Element built in. So it is built in, and here I said that you need to deploy a different VM where you need to install the and configure the Prism Central. Okay. If somehow this VM is down, somehow this VM is not working, you will not be able to open the Prism Central page either by IP or either by DNS source name. Okay. So Prism element is one-to-one cluster management. So I just wanted to know if these 2 points are clear with you guys. This is not that much hard, but yes, this is very important. Is it clear what Prism Central do and what Prism element do? Prakash, Cedric.
Prism element basically where is they come via the CVM only, na? Where the CVM is
Sandeep,
deployed.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Sandeep. Can you repeat it again? It was
yeah. See, means Prism element console. How to means present in front of me. I think the backend is the Prism element is a CVM. Am I
yes,
right?
correct. Yes, it is
And
by default installed. Correct.
yeah, means when the CVM is deployed, the Prism element also deployed with the CVM as well.
Yes, you can use the IP and open the console. Correct.
Yeah. Where the means we have to means creating the virtual IP and we have to access the virtual IP. And then we
Exactly.
have, when you put it our virtual IP in web browser, the backend call is going to the CVM. CVM backend call is going to the VIP. Then CVM we serve our Prism element component in front of me.
Exactly. And this IP you need to configure. When you log into Prism element, you have an option where you can see what IP is configured there. Correct?
I don't know, okay, where
Yes,
this
yes.
part is.
Yes, it will be visible to you. Like what IP address is configured. Let me note it down. This is a very small thing I will show you. Okay. So you can log into the Prism and there you can see what IP is being used by this. For Prism element, you are perfectly elaborated the thing. For Prism Central, there is one more task to deploy a VM. And then you need to configure the VM accordingly. And after that, you need to open the IP address. Suppose IP 17.1.2.1 is assigned to it. You need to put it in the browser and then it will open a page to log into the Prism Central. Yes. Okay. Prakash,
Yes.
Cedric
So
is,
can we install the Prism Central and Prism elements like a vCenter on host?
can we install Prism Central in?
Prism element on host like a vCenter?
No, this we can't. This we can. Yes.
Okay. So how can we install Prism element?
Prism element is pre-configured. You don't need to do that. You don't need to see here. It is also mentioned. Every Acropolis cluster has Prism element built in. But here you need to install a VM which can be deployed.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you don't need to perform some extra thing. You need to download, you need to log in with your official account to Nutanix. There you can download the MIB of Prism Central or the file for Prism Central, mount it to the VM and then proceed. So it will work as a normal VM and you will be able to log into your vCenter, log into you can check from there if my vCenter, if my Prism Central machine is up and running. Okay. I will brief on this also. I will show on this. Okay. Let me. So you wanted to see how the VM is placed on vCenter, correct?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that. Prism IP where it is configured and Prism Central VM on vCenter. I noted down. Yeah. So this diagram is used for, I just pasted this so that you can understand there is a Prism Central. There are multiple PEC, Prism Element Cluster. So Prism Element clusters are one-to-one cluster, this for one side, this for one side, and this for one side. all are connected to a Prism Central. If you log into a Prism Central, you will be able to see all the Prism element cluster into it. You need to click on that, and from there you can access your.
What service is responsible to serve the prism element?
Sorry.
Services of the prism element. What services is the backend of the prism element? Basically, the CVM is a virtual machine where the means he is responsible to the means serving the data and also serving the prism element. So maybe there will be some backend services are there.
It provides us cluster specific management, VM and storage operations. Prism element you are asking, correct? Monitoring, networking, and security controls. Are you asking for Prism element or Prism central?
Element.
Yeah. So Prism element, how can I say? It provide us cluster management, resource management. These are the services. Hardware and host management as well. I think you are doing that. User interface and API.
Yeah,
Performance monitoring.
Yeah, we will do all the thing in the GUI. But the backend, if we are talking about the vCenter, we have services like VPXP, and we have services like for some APIs, some VADP, some replication services are there. So also elements have some backend services are there. I think so.
Let me check on that for Prism element. Yeah.
Not an issue. You can giving the services in the next part.
No problem. I will check on that and get back to you on this also. Okay. Because I don't see individual service for Prism element. That's why I'm a little bit.
When I run the some cluster status command, so
Yeah.
cluster status command is showing some lots of services.
Oh, okay. So you are asking about that service. I'm so sorry. So these are the Cassandra, Zookeeper, and other services you are referring to?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry for that. My bad. Oh, there are multiple services, and those are very critical services. We can learn about these services in Acropolis section. Yes, Cassandra, Zookeeper, and there are multiple services. Correct.
Medusa are there, and the
Exactly.
Genesis.
Genesis is the most important service. When you multiple times it gives you error, Genesis not working. So you can use the command start Genesis, stop Genesis. Correct.
It's a cluster-based command basically.
Yes. I was thinking that you are asking something different question, but I was not aware you are asking about this. So I hope now it's clear to you. Correct.
Yeah. So you can brief the services in the Acropolis class.
Yes, absolutely. These are the important services. You see, like in vCenter, if we are we are using vCenter, okay, and suppose I am a trainer for vCenter or VMware, and if I didn't told you what is VPXD, what is VPXA, what are the log files?
That's I refer to this also, na. I'm for that TV. I'm also referring this VPXP and all this.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So see, if I didn't brief all the service, what are log files, what is VMSN, what is VMSW, so will you be able to understand what the files are, why all these files are residing on a vCenter? No, you will always be confused. Why these files are here? What is the use of this file? What file is created when I take a snapshot? Yeah. So that's the same thing in Nutanix. These services like Cassandra, Zookeeper, Genesis, so, and there are multiple more. I will not brief all the services, but yes, I will brief the services that are important. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I will brief on that. Okay. So I was thinking I was taking your question in different way, not about this, but yes. Coming to Prism services. Okay. Can you allow me a moment, please? I'm putting myself on mute. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 second, please. Yeah. Hello. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah. Please bear with me. I have some problem in my throat. Yeah. Okay. Now coming to Prism services. So a Prism service runs on every CVM and okay. Now, yeah. You know that we have a concept of choosing a leader, a master, I can say, a master. Can anyone tell me how a master host is selected in VMware HA? Prakash, can you please? Prakash, Cedric. If you don't know, no problem. That's not a problem.
you are telling about the primary.
Yeah,
Okay, so HA will get elections to make a primary host.
no problem. Sandeep, can you brief me the election process in HA? If you are aware about that.
I'm not aware about the means Nutanix. I'm aware about the means VMware.
Yeah, I'm asking about VMware. HA is
Yeah,
high
yeah,
availability in VMware.
yeah. When the HA means enabled, the one node is master and another node is a
Yes,
slave.
there is an
Slave.
election process, correct?
And
Yeah,
it's up to the is up to the means there is some criteria where the master is means get
Yes,
created as a master. One criteria is a data store. Second criteria is a MMID.
MMID.
yeah, right. When we enable the HA will
Yes,
provide the FDM to all hosts and give
correct.
you the
That is a
And
that
election.
is a service installed on all hosts, correct?
MDM
Yes,
is MDM is a agent basically where
Yes,
the
agent
yeah
of HA that is installed on
yes,
all the hosts for
right, right.
communication. But the election process of master host is briefed. It will be either on data stores, the maximum number of data stores connected to the host, correct? First thing is
Right.
that. And second is the
Second is
MMID
MOID.
value,
Right.
MOID, correct. So suppose if a ESXi host a MOID of 99 and another is a value of 100. So who will be the master?
99 is a master.
Yes,
99,
because 9 is greater than 1, correct?
100.
So same, why I was briefing on that, because we have the same election process in Nutanix. So here, a Prism service run on every CVM with an elected Prism leader. Prism leader. Here, what we are referring master host. Here we are referring it as Prism leader, which is responsible for handling the request. Similar to other components which have a master, if Prism leader fail, let me brief on this diagram. You see there are 3 Prism machines and CVM installed on it, correct? Here, one is a Prism leader that is chosen. If this Prism leader is somehow, or this CVM got corrupted, or this machine got down and we are not able to bring it up, will our infra not work? Or this Prism leader role is transferred to other Prism?
It's a transfer.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
when a CVM, which is not the prism leader, get a HTTP, if this is lead, a prism leader is elected per cluster and responsible for handling all HTTP requests. If this is fail, a new leader will be elected. So the requests that are coming to this prism leader, if this is failed, it will send it to others. And the other who is the leader, it will answer on that particular query. Correct? And how you can check who is the prism leader? Okay. Cedric, you are working on Wintel, Windows profile, correct? Cedric
Linux.
or Linux. So Prakash, you have idea on Wintel or anyone? Sandeep, you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Why I'm asking, I just wanted to know a simple thing, DC and ADC. Okay. We have, yeah,
this is a master and
It's,
ADC
yeah.
is player.
So
backup.
we have FSMO roles on it, correct? Correct?
Right.
On DC. And if we are performing some patching or some activity, what we will do? We transfer this FSMO role on the ADC, correct?
Correct.
And do we have a command to check on that? Yes, we have a command. We run that command and check if this ADC is now as a primary, correct?
Correct.
Why
And
I'm, yes. See,
yeah,
once,
continue.
see, yes, if we have this DC and FSMO roles are residing on DC, and if we run the command, it will show this DC as primary and this ADC as a backup. But if we transfer this role to ADC, it will show as primary and this will show as a backup. Same thing is here. You can check and determine the prism leader by running this command. Curl localhost prism leader. You can run it on any CVM. Don't worry about this. Don't write it here. I will provide all the commands to you guys in a Excel or Word file. Will that be fine with you? Or if
Yeah.
or do you want me to share it with you?
No, Tanishq, you can share
Yeah.
the file.
Yes, because this is just one command. There are multiple commands that needs to be shared with you guys. I will provide some useful links to you guys also. Okay. So I just provide this information so you can see like how we are checking the who is DC, who is ADC. So we can use the command. I forget the command. I think that is net backup or what is that for Wintel? No idea. But yes, for prism leader, who is the prism leader? You can check by running this command. And
In the,
if someone,
in the Wintel is a command is netdem query FSM.
yes, correct. Don't query FSM. It's long time I worked on Wintel. That's why I forget. Thank you for reminding me. Who was that? Is it Prakash or Sandeep?
Only.
Yeah, thank you. So here also a prism listen on port 80 and 9440. So these are the ports that prism works on. Okay. So HTTP port number 80 and HTTPS port number 9440. Okay. Now, as I said, Prism is divided in two parts. First, we will have a understanding of Prism Central, and then we can have a understanding of Prism Element Cluster. So Prism Central. Prism Central, when deployed, as I said, it can be accessed using the IP address or by the DNS entry. The same, we are working either in Linux or Wintel or virtualization. If some entry is there, you can open it by using the host name. If not by host name, you can open it by your IP address and you will be able to access that particular site. Prism, and it can be accessed via Prism Central. So suppose you have an IP 10.1.1.1. Sorry. You need to open this IP in the browser. There will be some warning like certificate warning, and then you need to click on advanced. And then your Prism Central page will open like this. Okay. This is always integrated with your Active Directory. If You are the VMware engineer and customer provided you the local password. I said, and I told you guys that when an engineer visit and he perform all the activities, he will provide you local ID and password for Prism Central and Prism Element. So there are two ways you can log in here. Either you can use your admin account and password, which is shared by the local vendor. If you guys are not allowed to use that and only team lead or management is allowed to do that, how you will log in into that? You will use your Active Directory credential and your password. Active Directory credential and password, and then you will successfully log into your Prism Central dashboard. Yeah. Okay. Is it fine with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how the page of Prism Central looks? Do I need to enlarge this diagram or is it okay? Is it fine? Everyone, please confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you log in Prism Central, you will see Home, Explore, Analytics, Alerts, Main Dashboard, Dashboard 1, Dashboard 2, Manage Dashboard. So this dashboard is something that you can create according to your choice. Here in the left and the right, you see your logo of your ID. You can click on that and you will see what is the version, what is the your name, like from which ID you logged in, your details. This settings, there is a button settings. When you click on this, you can see multiple options like upgrade cluster, upgrade hypervisor, expand cluster. So multiple things are there. Okay. After that, impacted cluster. If you have some cluster having some warning on that, you will see those warnings here. What services are in warning? If you have some critical alerts, it will give you a red alert warning. If something not critical, it will give you a yellow color warning. If something is, everything is okay, it will give you a okay message. Okay. You will see the cluster detail performance, like what is the latency on what machine. You will see all the things here. You will see the cluster storage. What is the storage? What is the storage used on what machine? So you can access everything from here. From alerts, you can log into alerts. You can click on the alerts tab and you can see what are the alerts that are in your infra. You can on critical alerts, you can take immediate actions. But yes, some alerts are warning that will disappear and you can also acknowledge them. But yes, before reading the alerts, then only you can